New intro, new countdown, new video. Thank you, Peyton, for making that. I see you in the audience. He says first. He says, hope you're doing all right, Ash. Glad to see you back and hopefully in good spirits. Gorilla, Closet Sweat, and video games. Play off the grid with me today. Will do, sir, this afternoon. I have a live stream after this with Johnny, Hustlepedia. So, guys, check that out after this show. I believe it's at 12 p.m. Eastern. Dav, thank you, sir. I saw you were the first one to like the post in the Discord as usual. Ash, how you doing, sir? I know you had a rough week. How's your dog doing?
Yeah, rough week. Dog is doing all right. For now, I don't want to talk too much about it because I just honestly I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep. But I have been spending a lot of time with him and like on the couch and I've still been keeping up with the market and stuff too. So everything that's been going on, I've been keeping up with, and it's been weird, especially when everything crashed. That was so crazy. It felt like everyone got cooked, and I feel like it was so sudden and out of nowhere. But yeah, the dog he's doing okay. He's right behind me for now.
Yeah, we see him chilling under there, under your pinball machine. Well, we didn't do our show last Friday.
Right.
As I'm sure most of you guys know, Ash had an appointment and I had a wedding. So I actually went to the water slides on Friday. That was fun. And then I had a wedding at my friend's place on Saturday. I kind of took 48 hours off. I just told everybody, like, I'm not going to be on Discord. I haven't done that in years. And it turned out to be the right time to do it because the market absolutely nuked. I was getting the pings on my phone, though. And, dude, at one point, Bitcoin was just dropping like $1,000 a minute. And I follow like one of the DGen news on Twitter. So I have notifications. And it was just like Bitcoin at 55K, Bitcoin at 44K, literally every minute. It was really rough. Thankfully, the market has somewhat recovered. I'm not sharing my screen. Let me window and tokens. Boom. Good. We got Bitcoin sitting above 60K, which is nice. Close to 61. It was at 61 yesterday. It's down still 7% on the 6% on the 7-day. We got ETH at 2,600. Let me maybe zoom in here. There we go. Still down 16% on the 7-day though. It looked good because it was recovering faster than Solana, but then when you looked on the 7-day, it was still down horrendously. We got Solana at $155. We're going to talk a little bit about XRP and how's the meme coin bag doing. That's the one I always want to look at. Pepe, it didn't recover as nice at 3.5 billion, but things like Mog and Mew and Popcat, which I kind of put them all in the same box, the cat coins, those all recovered nicely. If you bought the bottoms, you got more than a 2x out of those. So those were doing great. But overall, the market, man, it's been wild, dude. It's been from like one day to another. Things change so quickly. Like I know we've kind of, I made a video on this and everybody's spoken about it a lot. How do I get rid of this ad? Boom. It all started with the Japanese yen going up. As you can see here, the value compared to the dollar. This is the dollar going down compared to the yen. It's slightly recovered. Same thing as their stock market. Here's their top 225. I guess this is the equivalent to our S&P 500. It's slightly recovered, but it absolutely has nuked over the past 2 weeks. It caused a lot of fear. Everybody started dumping their assets to pay back their loans, and things got really bad. And everybody said, oh, the Fed's going to do an emergency rate hike. I think that would be a very bearish thing for them to do. We are going to get, it looks like not rate hike, rate cut. We are going to get a rate cut looking like in September. It's still 40 days away, either 25 basis points or 50 basis points, which I think is good. This is according to schedule. You want them to do it according to schedule because then it increases the chances of a soft landing. If we get the hard landing, that means we're in a recession and things are going to go down. We have somebody in the audience here saying, Sovereign Jawa saying, smash the like button or I FUD you. I completely agree. Smash the like button. Twitter, YouTube, on Ash's stream, on my stream. That'll really help our stream reach a wider audience, and it's going to help your bags because we're going to pump your bags, guys. So it'll help you out. So what are you doing to navigate the crash? Did you buy anything, or were you kind of did you sell? Like I had a bunch of people asking me, do I stable up?
Yeah. That was actually really funny. I love how that always happens. It happens like clockwork too. And I always see in group chats, there's always every time there's a dip, people are like, do I like anytime there's like real volatility to the downside, they're like, "Oh, do I sell so I can buy back lower?" Right? It happens every time. Like when Sol was going down to like 140, people were scared and they're like, oh, little bounce. And then it goes down to like the bottom and people are like actually selling the bottom. I bought 150 Sol worth of Popcat at
Nice,
420 million.
nice, goodbye.
Yeah, it wasn't like the bottom. I was actually watching it when it was on its way down, and I ended up going to bed because I had just been up for so long and dealing with my dog. Uh, but what sucks is that I actually had such a good I say it sucks. I had such a good entry on it, but even though I basically bought and I technically am up like almost 40 to 50%. I'm only up like 30 Sol
Hmm.
because when I bought, Sol was like way lower. So it just
That's why it's good to have stables to put in this stuff and not like your Sol or your ETH.
yeah. Yeah. But still, that was just a play that like to me, I said to myself, I am really not doing good. I am too emotional to be trading. I shouldn't really be like I didn't really want to I had tabs on a lot of other stuff that obviously outperformed it, but I was just like, I already have Mog and Pepe, so I don't really want to add more on those. What do
Mog doing better than Pepe. I get it. Pepe is a larger coin. It's going to take a lot more demand for it to recover. But Mog has been an amazing performer, dude.
Yeah, the dip was free on that, like actually. And I think it's just a lesson that and even for me, I think everybody is very exposed, including myself, because they believe that we're gonna go higher. And so I did have some stables laying around that I deployed. It wasn't nearly as much as I wanted to, but it makes me want to take like next time we do get ETH at like 36 or 3700, like not sell a lot, but I do want to start taking more off the table because and I know it's easier said than done, but if you just have stables that is profit from when you were trading other stuff and you buy on these days when the entire market just dies, it feels so good because it's just so free.
Yeah, when the fear and greed index goes like below 30, I think is a great buying zone. I think it went as low as 17,
Yeah.
which is just like a crazy buy signal. Unfortunately, I didn't have any of my stuff with me. I couldn't even buy, even if I wanted to. But I do agree with your point, like the whole Solana. When you're buying, like, dude, ETH got. I remember I think it was 2 weeks ago. It's got to be where you were like complaining about ETH, underperforming, and then dude, ETH just nuked so hard. It was partially because of Jump, like they were selling a lot of ETH. That's why it was getting punished. But man, it was crazy. But the funny thing though, because you complained about ETH, but then I saw you posting. I guess it was in your server in Kanto about like how Solana meme coins suck and how ETH meme coins are better.
It's yeah, it's true. Uh I mean, it's true. Here's the thing. There are a lot more meme coins on Solana with volume, right? Even bigger because if you think about it, when was the last time there was a one okay, I could think of two. When was the last time that there was a $100 million market cap meme coin on ETH? And it's Nero and Brett. And Brett is technically on base. But we're not seeing like a lot of new. I'll actually send this to you. We're not seeing a lot of new stuff that pops up and goes to like 20 or 30 million. This one I didn't add it to the sheet. So I'm just gonna send it to you because this one launched yesterday. This is like a Nero beta play. You don't have to pull it up now. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
I saw like JS and some of the boys posting about this. It was on Sol as well, right?
yeah, but the one on Sol did terrible, and this one is doing amazing. So yeah, it's like ETH has been underperforming as an overall asset, but if you find good meme coins, they're going to do better. Like they just do better on ETH. There's just less of this selling. So yeah, it's just ridiculous. And also, yeah, it does suck because I know that. I mean, I've always had a a big portion of ETH, and I think a lot of people do. Now the thing about ETH is that it is more stable. Like it did go from whatever it was like 3,200 to like 2,200. So that was a pretty significant dip. But Solana went from like 190 to 110. So it does swing a lot harder. I don't know, dude. This market has just been brutal. It doesn't feel like a bull market at all. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
been
if
very tough to navigate. It's very different. NFTs. I mean, we've been saying meme coins are the NFTs. It's been rough. And so, where do you think we go up from here, or do you think we're due for more chop?
I'm just remaining bullish on everything. But I also will say this: I would not be surprised if I don't sell everything like leading into November. Like I feel like going into the US election, that's basically the time that I would want to sell most of my stuff because of the increased possibility of a recession. If Kamala Harris wins, that's probably not
We're
good.
going to zero, dude. Do
Yeah.
you believe these odds? Like, I don't believe these odds.
No, I
I
don't.
don't
I
believe it
don't.
for a
No.
second. Like, it makes
No.
absolutely no. Dude, you look at the rallies. Like, the only reason she had a big rally was because she had a rap show at the same time, and like people went out to see the artist. But I don't know. Without that, like, does anybody want to hear her? You know what's funny, dude? I feel like before Trump ran for politics, everybody loved him. Like he was
Yeah.
in movies. He was like in Home Alone 2. He was in a bunch of rap songs. Everybody wanted to be like or like get Donald Trump money. Like, he
Yeah.
had his show. Everybody, you're fired. Everybody would imitate him from his show and loved him. The second he ran, like the news told us, this man is the enemy. You have to hate him. Kamala before running or before like now being up against Trump, like everybody would make fun of her and she was completely useless. She completely fumbled like the border and all this stuff. And there's so many viral videos of her just sounding not smart at all or like saying the same thing at like 50 different not rallies but like speeches or whatever she does. And now like we're supposed to believe like she's going to be able to, and I'm not American so I don't have a horse in this race, but obviously I want the market to go up. Now we're supposed to believe that like she's going to be able to take on Trump and like negotiate with Putin and like China and stuff. When yeah, it's just in my mind she's just like another puppet, dude.
You actually, that's one of the better explanations that I've heard about that. Like you actually crushed that because you're so right. People did love Trump, and Kamala was very unfavorable in when she ran for president. I think she got like 3% of like primary votes or something. I would have to go look it up. Don't quote me. Don't get mad. But yeah, dude, it's just funny because now like everyone is treating it as if she's just the best. So anyway, to answer your question, I actually think that if we get a rally, um, leading into November, that I will probably sell everything. If Trump wins, I will just buy back in once we know that he's won. I don't really care if I miss that like little whatever. Sure, maybe I'll it doesn't matter, but like I'll miss a little bit, but I just do not want to be, I don't think I want to be holding anything leading into the election in the event that Kamala Harris wins. And so what are you going to do? Because I know that this cycle, everyone has been saying like, oh, cycle tops in 2025. And dude, I've been holding for a year, like, or years. Like I was buying the dip like all throughout last year. But it is really starting to get to me. And I think I do want to start taking a lot more aggressive profit. So what are you going to do like for the next couple months?
I probably well, I'm not going to sell anything. We'll see how it goes through the. I understand what you're saying. Like, dude, this dip, like I lost the most amount of money I've ever lost because I didn't sell, right? But like what's it called?
Unrealized.
Unrealized lost. loss the most amount of money ever in like 24 hours, dude. Like my my P&L, I had screenshotted it. It was rough, man. It was not fun. I kind of just, I was just playing like super farming, like airdrops. I didn't really care, but it's obviously not cool. And you look at your port and you're like, damn, like, yeah, maybe I should have sold some ETH. I think that's why it's good to have a short-term bag and a long-term bag. Long-term bag, you don't care about. That's like my Bitcoin. I can't sell because my government's going to take 1/3 of it when I do sell. So there's no point, even if I believe a crash is coming of like 30%, unless we crash more than 30%, it's useless for me to sell. So yeah, I'm just not going to do anything. I mean, dude, I do not see a world where Kamala wins. I don't know. To me, it's like, hey, do you want more of the same where like things suck? Same thing in Canada with Trudeau. Do you want more of the same where things suck? Or do you want a leader who's talking about making your country better, putting tariffs, fixing like all the issues of immigration costs? I don't know. It's I understand people like getting too political, but
well, the thing is,
to me, it makes absolutely no sense if you would vote for the Dems. Same thing in Canada, dude. If you're voting liberal, like you should be, you know what? You should pay all the taxes. Whoever you vote for, and if your party wins, you should pay the taxes. That's how I view it. And the losing party should not pay any taxes. Maybe that's how we should have it.
Yeah, you say that you can't like see a world where she wins, but I totally can. Like that's the thing is that like I can that like unfortunately I mean you got to think that they have already tried. Think about this. In one way or another, Trump got shot at. Right? So there's that. They push Biden out, and then instead of leaving it up to the DNC to pick who's gonna like so everyone can just vote, they just put her in. They push,
which is crazy. Like,
yeah,
it's not a democracy. It's just
right.
Hey,
right. So if you think about those two things alone, and then the way that she's campaigning and the way that she's doing all this stuff, dude, I could totally see this. And so yeah. Anyway, I know that the thing is it makes sense to talk about, and we're probably going to end up talking about it more because the election is 3 months away.
Yeah, it's going to be a very big topic.
Yeah,
I prefer YouTube, Parker. Sorry, go what you were saying.
No, I was just going to say, like, I know what you're saying about not selling because of like taxes and everything. I've already been holding everything that I've been holding long term. So for me, like I'm good to sell whenever. And yeah, I think for once I do want to be out of the market. Because if you think about it, if Kamala wins and I'm out of the market and then the market dumps, I would buy back. And we could still get a bull run type thing. Because if you think about it, we have had a pretty good market over the past 4 years with Biden, whether you like him or hate him. So
I don't know about that. I think inflation, everything's gotten out of control. Is it his fault, or is it just the nature of the market? Somebody here asking, why do people keep saying we're going to zero if Kamala wins? How does she affect crypto? I think what's happened with the SEC and the Dems, they don't seem to like crypto at all, right? They want their whole CBDC. They want to push. It really feels like they want to push crypto out. Like they've attacked crypto companies. They haven't been favorable. Versus you have the whole Trump side saying, he's the Bitcoin president and all this stuff, and he wants to buy Bitcoin as a secure or as a reserve. He's calling it. So it's uber bullish if they win. And then, I mean, look at what happened when her odds started. Yes, we had the Japan stuff, but her odds started to go up and the market just started to nuke because everybody's like bearish because we're like, okay, things are going to continue to suck. Like prices are not going to get better. I mean, look, there's issues with immigration. We won't get deep into this, but there's issues with like the borders and all this stuff. And now, I don't know, they want to give them all a driver's license. And it's a plot. To me, it's a plot to let them vote because they're going to vote Dem. But it's like now you have to support even more people. I don't know. We have the same issues in Canada where we're giving away our money. We're throwing it in the furnace, basically. That's how I look at it. And we pay an insane. In Quebec, dude, I pay 56% tax. And that's not counting corporate. I basically pay 60% plus tax. Like, and I can't get out because I have an exit tax if I want to leave. I tried and I had to pay a massive exit tax, which is going to ruin my bull run. I have to leave during the bear. Like, that's the only way I can do it. But yeah, I just don't think, I think it's way more bullish. Like, Trump's going to be focused on pumping the economy, where they're going to be focused on, I don't know what, going to war or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's let's get back on track with the market here. I do want to talk about some Trump stuff because there was some meme coin action, but first I did want to quickly look at XRP. XRP finally, I mean, I'm sure the SEC is going to like counter or whatever appeal. XRP finally got out of the lawsuit. Ripple has to pay like 125 mil, which is nothing. They've been dumping so much XRP that they can afford it. The XRP Maxi is getting their wish, dude. You know, even I thought, look, it happened at the worst time, right? It happened when the whole market was crashing. I do think if it happened in bullish times, they would have hit $1. That's how I view it. They would have like 2x, because it has happened in the past where there was just news of it and it ran to like over $1 or like close to $1. I remember I had done a lucky long on it and it went all the way to like 97 cents. And same thing, we finally got this spike from the announcement, but dude, it went up 20%. Like, how, imagine holding dude, if you bought XRP in 2018, like you're currently break even. Like, that's insane. And right now it went up 20%. Like, I see so many videos on Instagram pushing like XRP is going to 10K and all this stuff. When the lawsuit ends, we're shooting to $2, and like, dude, they shot up from 50 cents to 60 cents. It's like,
why is that? Why is it? It's actually funny. I now that you mention it, why is it that on Instagram there are so many influencers that are all pushing like the worst tokens, like Ripple and like XRP? Like they push like Cardano, like they actually are pushing like these random ass things. Why?
I think that they drank the Kool-Aid, dude. When I started crypto, or at least the second cycle in 2021, I was part of like the ADA army or the XRP army. Like, one of my first videos was why XRP will win the lawsuit. Because dude, I made good money, dude. I bought Cardano at like 17 cents and it ran to $3. Like, I was, you know, super bullish on it. And you drink the Kool-Aid and you think it's going to go higher. Thankfully, I sold a lot of my Cardano above $2. And then XRP, as soon as they announced the lawsuit, it went from like 70 something cents to 50. And I'm like, yeah, this is going lower because the lawsuit's not going to be over next week. And I dumped and I managed to trade it. And that's when I kind of realized, I don't know what came out. I guess I started just exploring other cryptocurrencies, and I very quickly realized, like, okay, this whole narrative is never going to happen. Look, the things that they always say, XRP is going to 10K. I don't believe it's happening. The argument is that all the banks are going to be using the Ripple product, the Ledger or whatever. I agree, they might instead of Swift, but it has nothing to do with XRP, especially at Ripple just released like their own stable. Why would anybody want to use a volatile asset like that instead of a stable coin where you could lose money, even if it's in a matter of seconds, you could still lose money? And the other thing is, do you think so? All these bankers know that XRP is going to rule the world, but they're not buying the shit out of it. Like, they're just like, you know what? We're going to wait. It's going to go lower. Like, I don't understand what the logic behind it is. I think people just drank the Kool-Aid. That's what I honestly think it is. They don't understand what they're saying. Whenever you ask them, why do they need to use XRP? There's no answer. They just avoid the answer. And same thing with Cardano. Like, dude, I liked Charles. You know, I used to watch all his live streams, and I made a lot of good money with ADA NFTs. Like, my first biggest flip ever was with Yummy, whatever that one was called. I made like $7,000 while traveling, and I was like, yo, like, NFTs are dope. So I think people just, they fell in a hole, and it's part of like their identity now or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right on that. It's just like, this sounds weird, but that's how like I'm starting to feel about ETH. It's like, am I now in the asset that is basically going to underperform everything else forever from here on out after having like crazy days? Like, ETH has been obviously a very profitable token, but it's like once they do get to this size, I mean, you got to think like Solana got destroyed. Like the market cap of Solana, didn't it go down like under 10 billion when in 2020 in 2022 when everything died? Like I thought it went super low. And now it's like these other coins, ETH and Ripple, like they're too big and also nobody uses them. That's the problem. Is like so if you had to let me ask you a question. What do you think is the chain that has the most users on it right now?
Solana, yeah.
Yeah,
Because of meme
exactly.
coin action. Even NFT. We're going to talk a bit about NFTs later in the show. But it went to the market cap went to 4 billion for Solana during
That's
the
insane.
yeah.
That's so insane.
And yeah, dude, if you bought ETH at the bottom right now, you're up like 2.5x. If you bought Sol at the bottom right now, you're up 15x or even more, 16x.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the returns on it have just been crazy. That's also what scares me about everybody thinks Sol's going to, 1,000 or 1,200. I made a video this week on where I think all these coins are going, and my like bull case for Sol was 800. My like base case is 450, 500.
So you think that Solana is just going to top it at 500?
Well, no, 800 was where I hope, but if it just goes to 500, like I still think that's, because the market cap is already higher than the previous all-time high. Like it's going to take a lot more buy pressure. We need we need to be printing. We need the bullishness. We need Trump to win. We need the bullishness to come back, dude. We need the stimmies. We need everything. Like it's yeah.
The thing is that like I worry that Solana could pull another like 5x from here, and ETH could only pull like a 3. That's what I'm worried about. And people say that ETH is safer, but I don't necessarily even know if that's the case.
After what we just saw, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's as safe as we once thought. So that's like kind of what I'm thinking is that
I guess because they have the ETF too, though, right?
We'll see, but if you look at where it's at right now, ETH going from 2,600 to 7,800 is a 3x, but Sol going from 150 to 650 is like what, 5x? No, 4.5, basically. So yeah, dude, like I don't know. But I'm also not holding any NFTs anymore. I know we're going to talk about that too, but we can. I'll get into that like a little bit later. I want to talk about like a lot of the stuff that
Trump. The Trump stuff. Let's get into this Trump stuff first. So there's a few things that happened. We first had the DJT token, the one by Martin Shkreli, who he says it's involved with Barron, and it had originally ran to 300. Let me try to. How do I get this candle to look more dramatic? Let me go in the 15-minute here. There you go. Somebody came in and rugged it. If you guys can even see. No, wait, I'm going the wrong way. Somebody came in and rugged it. How do I make it? I want to make it more dramatic, dude. Anyways, there's this giant red candle here. Okay, there you go. There now, boom. Look at that. Okay. Somebody came in and rugged it, and then there's a few other things that happened. Wait, I took notes of all of it. So this happened. The DJT token rugged, and then this other token from the same deployer allegedly launches called Trump with Crown launches. It immediately fills. It's at 2 mil. It goes to 5 mil, and then it just same thing. It just absolutely nukes to zero. It's the 13K market cap. So nukes to zero. The dev bot. I think the dev like lost. I heard somewhere. I didn't look at it, but I heard like the dev lost like 40 grand or something doing this. I'm sure they had a lot of insider wallets though, and they made money overall. But so we had 2 Trump things. On top of that, earlier in the week, I have way too many tweets here. I should have organized this better. Let me try to pull one. Yeah, early in the week here, we had both Eric Trump and Don Jr. posting, "I have truly fallen in love with crypto DeFi. Stay tuned for a big announcement." So everybody was like, yeah, Ash here, are we getting a Trump meme coin for real this time? Like everybody was was getting super hyped about this, and then we had this coin come out called RTR. Restore the Republic is the name, and dude, this thing just moons. It freaking opens up. It gets sniped, it gets sniped to hell, and it opens up at like, what is this, 8 mil or something, and then it goes 1930. It corrects a little bit, and it shoots up to 150 mil. Everybody's posting. I think a lot of a lot of people missed getting a low entry, but people still got in around 20, 30, 40 mil. It pumps, and then Eric and Don come out and say, hey, like our coin hasn't come out, like our coin isn't out yet, like nothing you see is real, and it absolutely nukes to zero, or not to zero, yeah, to zero. It's at 5 mil right now, but it absolutely nukes. So it basically went from like, hey, this is their coin that they've been tweeting about, to this has nothing to do with what they're going to be coming out with, I guess, later this week, or we're at the end of the week, maybe next week. And we had, you had even the Solana, what is this? One of the Solana founders or something, tweeting about like the token being launched on Solana. And there was a bunch of like KOLs. That's the thing. Everybody's like, oh, you're promoting it. Like, no, they bought something and I don't know about this guy. Okay. But they just bought something and they're pumping their bags. Like, and people just get mad. A lot of people get jealous. That's why I tweeted this thing about like insider info. Yeah, I tweeted this. A lot of people were mad in the comments. I tweeted this, like, there's no insider information. There's only information. You have it or you don't. Like, stop crying on the timeline. I always see people saying like insiders going to jail and like crying. It's like, one, dude, this isn't stocks. You're not buying a company. You're not talking to the founder. It has nothing to do with insider info. But two, there's just info. Like, stop crying, up your network, and just get the info yourself. If your alpha group hears about a token early, like, is that insider info? Like, a lot of this stuff makes no sense when people cry. For the record, I didn't buy this token. I had no exposure to it. I had heard some stuff about it, which bugs me that I didn't buy it. But to keep going, more drama arose. Allegedly, it's by this dude, Ice Bags, who is building, or he's one of the founders of Campe Pandas. And a lot of DMs were dropped. I know Wizard of Soho posted some DMs. He says it's from a public group, so he didn't care, leaking it. Here's what he has. Oh, he deleted. Oh, he said he wouldn't delete his tweets, and he ended up deleting his tweets. I'm sure it's out there still. I saw a bunch of people post it. But essentially, it's pretty much showing proof that he was involved, and as a result, Campe Pandas started to get absolutely dumped, dude. They are down 36% on the 7th day, but they had gone down even lower. I think at one point they were down like 60%. Let's pull up like the weekly. Yeah, you could see the dump here. People just, I guess, got really pissed. They were at 0.75. People got really pissed. They went all the way down to 0.4. So less than 50% dump. But yeah, people were really upset with the founder here. Doing this and saying like, hey, you're putting our project at risk by doing some of this meme coin stuff. Look, from my understanding, from talking to people, and according to Ice Bags, he did allegedly have a meeting with Trump, and I had heard of this stuff. So apparently it was not supposed to be their project. It is not the DeFi project that they're talking about. I think it happened at the same time that they started talking about a project, and then this project was like, okay, let's go. We'll use the momentum, and they dropped it. I guess there was some deal where they were supposed to help promote it, and then last second, maybe with all the attention it was getting and how fast it went up and stuff, they just said, yeah, like let's not be a part of this because we can get, go to jail. And then two, this is going to hurt our DeFi project. So maybe then they pulled the plug and they kind of left him holding the bag here. Yeah. So, yeah, I saw you had posted about it in your server. Did you get in on this token or?
No, I was because my schedule has been pretty messed up. After my dog, I saw it at 30 million, and the issue is that I started. I don't know if you saw this, but like I saw it at 30 million. I looked around in other alpha groups and on Twitter, and it was the same exact thing as DJT, where people are like, what if it's real? What if it's not? And I was just like, I'm not doing this again. And
Mm.
yeah, I missed out on a good trade, because obviously it ran really hard. But what if Don Jr. or Eric had come out and said earlier, no, this is not like, let's say that at 40 million they had said that. Like, they literally didn't say anything for hours. So yeah, and I even said this, if I am not going to buy any coin based off of like any person unless they explicitly say that this is what it is. Otherwise, I'm just assuming that it's a grift. And this situation was messed up. I did listen in on a Twitter space with that ice bags guy, and it seems like it's like something is weird there, because he's claiming that he met with them and that they pulled out. And I'm like, well, why? Why would they, like, what do you mean? Like, it's just, to me, if you think about, like, you and me, right? We're like, oh, we're going to do a live stream. Okay, we're going to do it at this time weekly. Okay, cool, we're doing it. If you meet up with someone who is as high profile as the Trumps and you come to a conclusion to do something, when something has launched, they're not going to just pull out. They're not just going to be like, "Oh, we're not going to do this." When they also said that they were going to do something. So, I don't know. To me, the Trumps strike me as people who have a lot to lose, because they do, with this election coming up. So I don't really think that they would be wanting to go out and rug pull a shit coin for $1 million when they're already worth billions. So it feels to me, and you saw this, like the cabal was telling everyone to buy this. Like, they were all losing their shit. And not only did a lot of them get rinsed, supposedly, but I know people who got wrecked on this.
Yeah. I mean, Wizard of Soho tweeted he lost. I think he lost twice because there was another pump. I think he bought back into it, but he says he lost 350K. Rick Star here saying people were all waiting for a Donald Trump Jr. tweet for DJ, yeah, which was supposed to happen, and they pulled out last minute. Yeah, that's the alleged story. I got wrecked. I'm not going to lie. Sorry to hear that, bud. Never good. I did see Don Trump. I don't know, but the tweet that I had got deleted. Everything's getting deleted. I got to start saving these videos. But he did do a podcast where he was asked about it, and he didn't deny it. All he says is this is not our official coin, but he doesn't deny anything. He doesn't deny that he was supposed to promote it. He doesn't deny that he had a meeting. All he does is, it's like a classic politician. He focuses on the main topic, which is, yeah, this is not the DeFi thing that we're launching. But yeah,
I wonder what it is. Like, they say that they're launching a platform. Like, what could it be? Like,
he was talking about like mortgages and bank. I think it's just a DeFi, like a loan, just a DeFi platform where you can get loans for whatever, and exactly what we already have. It's just going to be like a Trump one.
We're all so skewed that everyone just assumes that it's a shitter. Like,
Yeah, what's
yeah,
the ticker? Yeah,
but yeah, they're all. I mean, even I said that, but like,
yeah,
it would make sense if the Trumps were to come out and have their own like Liquidium-Fi, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like a place where you can basically like get collateral and do leverage and that kind of thing for crypto. That would make a lot more sense. But of course, everyone in that we know is basically just like, where's the shitter?
Yeah.
That's funny.
A few good things. Shout out to one of my holdings. Dude, this happened. Some of this stuff is from last week, but at the worst time to announce. But Meme Coin, and I don't know what Jasmy is. They got perps on Coinbase, which is awesome. I was like, let's go Mew, and then the whole market nukes when they announced this thing, like at the worst time possible. But still awesome to see there. I did see somebody in the audience was asking me about captains. I'll talk about it in a second when we get to the NFT part of the show.
Captains.
Yeah, I mean, like, so
captains, funny, dude. I haven't heard about captains in forever.
Yeah, they did have some news, but we'll cover that in a second. I wanted to talk about this one last week too, dude, because Scottie Pippen, dude, I was tracking that thing. I had noties on for him for 2 weeks. He announced like a product, the ball, like the game ball, but then he tweets a contract while I'm driving. I was so triggered, dude, because I was tracking this and I feel like I could have hit it. But then his dev like sold in one clip $330,000 worth of the token, basically nuking it. Which is crazy to think. Everybody was like, yeah, oh, thank God he's not doing a meme coin. He's doing a legit product in Web3. And then he just drops the contract and absolutely nukes from 9 mil to 400,000 just in one. That's the problem with low liquidity and that's what happened to Popcat, dude. It was nuking and one whale came in and sold like 800K in one clip, and it went down to like 200 mil or something. We also had Jakey doing a live stream, get some press, a fake swatting. Like, come on, this is clearly not real. A fake swatting while live streaming on Pump Fun. I don't know if there was a token associated with this and if it pumped, but I found it pretty funny that somebody did this. It's not a bad idea if you're gonna have a token.
Was it fake?
I'm not like, dude, this is not like look at this. Look what the cops are doing. He's getting handcuffed. And then he's like slapping him in the face. Like, what's going on? And then he's going to grab him. This is the short of it. At one point, he's grabbing him by the shirt while he's handcuffed. And the other cop is still yelling, put your hands against the wall. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
They should have rehearsed a couple times, but it was still funny overall.
And then funny, dude. That's actually, I can't believe you said that. What if it was real? Is it still funny?
Yes.
That's fucked up.
It's even funnier. I don't know. And then I saw PacMoon migrated over, or they're migrating over to Solana. What do you like? We're friends with Lambo and Bobby, and like we're supporters of the coin and all. Do you think PacMoon is just dead though? Like, what do you think they can rebuild a community on Solana, or was the narrative behind them really just blast?
Yeah, I think. I mean, here's the thing, if you look at the engagement that they got, like, that's not botted. Like, Lambo doesn't do that shit. So
but a lot of it was with gold and the raffle and Blast. I feel like, dude, do you still do anything on Blast? Like, are you still farming anything or interacting with any protocols?
No, I have my cards on Colony still, but I'm figuring out what to do with that. No, I sold all my Blast. I only have enough to deal with like the cards that I have on Colony. But yeah, with PacMoon, it just depends on if they're just going to take like the full meme coin route and just do nothing with it. Cause I think before it was this whole like SocialFi thing, get rewarded to tweet. And I don't know if, I mean, they're not going to do that again. They said that their last airdrop already hit. They burned a lot of the supply.
Yeah.
But I think it was smart because the thing is that they have a brand, and I feel like their market cap was definitely impacted by them being on Blast. I feel like if PacMoon now it's a double-edged sword, because would it have gotten so big if there wasn't gold and if it wasn't on Blast?
I don't think so. I don't
but
think
so. What?
I do not think they would.
Yeah, who knows? But I also think that considering how many people knew about it, I feel like it was mispriced. So I don't know, dude. We'll see. But that's definitely interesting. I have had some people ask me about it, and the thing is that it's not very often that you see a token bridge from one chain to another and then also do well. So I don't know. They definitely have a plan. I don't know what it is, but I do think the choice to go to Solana was probably smart.
And then jumping into the NFT side of things, we had a couple mints this week. We had first Everreach Labs Founder Pass. It was a free mint, currently sitting at 0.14 ETH. So, a $300, it went a little higher, $300 flip. Their game is kind of like a zombies game, as you can see here. So, free gaming mints still doing decent. We also had Goat Gaming which this one was 0.05 was a mint, was sitting at mint price for a while. I actually came in, I swept 16 of these because I do think the airdrop is going to be significantly higher than the current floor price. And I've been saying if they go under 0.1, like I'm waiting for people to nuke these and get tired of waiting again, and I'm just going to buy more.
When would you sell? Because remember Kibi?
Yeah.
Would you sell them or would you hold for the airdrop?
No, I'm holding for. I do think the airdrop's going to. Kibi, I sold most. I ended up breaking pretty even because when they pumped to 1.7, I didn't know until I went back to look at my history for my accounting, and I actually had sold 2 at one. So I 2x there. I had sold 1 at 1.1, and then I sold 3 at like 0.5. So I took 0.3 loss on 3 of them. 2 of them I made 0.7. So after fees, I made a little bit of profit, but I just say break even. But yeah, Kibi sucked. I don't know I still don't know what's going on. Like, did they even launch their coin, dude? I don't know what's going on with them.
I don't know.
Mentify still doing blast tournaments. Such a letdown. That's a shame. I guess they connected. They kind of linked themselves to the whole blast thing. Yeah. Rickstar saying for Pac-Moon, I think they would have done better on another chain. They got big before blast farming turned up with their airdrop model. I don't know. I feel I think they took off with the whole jackpot. That's when they really started to boom. Yeah, they got big and people were doing it for the airdrop because the airdrop was great for making content. That's true. That side's true. But it really took off with the jackpot. And then they were the coin on blast, right?
They were already pretty big. Like they had already hit like I believe a 15 million market cap without the jackpot. So who knows? That's the thing. It's like, who knows? The thing is that the speculation of the gold overinflated every single thing that was on that chain. So it's impossible to know what would have done good or what wouldn't have.
True. And now we're seeing a lot of projects try to scramble here. I did see this morning they just launched their own version of a poly market on Blast. So we'll see if people use that versus poly market. But yeah, Goat Gaming, I swept these, dude. I'm bullish on these. I'm also going to be working with them, or I am working with them. It's in my Twitter bio. But regardless, I'm putting my money where my mouth is and buying them. And I do plan to hold to the air unless they go to like 1 ETH, dude. If they go to 1 ETH, yeah, I'm going to fucking flip them. Excuse me for swearing. My mom watches the show. But if not, I'm just going to hold them into the airdrop because I do expect the airdrop to be very good. Continuing in NFTs, we saw the first punk in a very long time sell under 20 ETH. Unfortunately, they keep trending downwards. As long as NFTs are doing bad, I expect these to continue going down. I started looking into Solana NFTs, dude, and like the equivalent of Miladies and Remilio are pretty much Retardio and Bando. And like I saw this thing go twice from 16 SOL to 24. And I think as long as meme coins on Sol do good, like these guys are gonna keep doing good. I might start picking some up here if they go back to 16. We'll see how they bounced a few times, 16 to 20, 16 to 24. It's like a good swing trade opportunity. I've never really ventured. I mean, I've done whitelists and flips and stuff for Solana NFTs, but I've never like collected Solana NFTs. I had this on the list. I just want to talk about Retardios. I like them. They're funny. I think Mitch is holding a lot of these up. He's like a meme coin trader who's made bank trading meme coins. But yeah, I also noticed that DeGods were absolutely ripping. They're kind of going. I mean, I asked Easy about it since he's more in the know with Solana NFTs, and he had tweeted they're kind of going the meme coin route. So I asked them, why are they pumping? They migrated back to Solana. They're kind of on like a bunch, just like Utes. They're on like many chains and Dust. Their tokens also on many chains. It's a giant mess. But you could see here in the chart, like, dude, these things absolutely exploded. They're currently up 2x. And apparently he's treating this like a meme coin. Like he's talking about them. He refers to the market cap. He deleted the Discord. Everything's happening on Telegram. They're doing raids. Like he's treating it very much like a meme coin. So it's interesting to see. We'll see how high these go or if it's just a fad and they're going to pump and dump. But interesting to see DeGods come back, dude. after a long downward spiral. Wasn't the all-time high like 10 ETH or something like that when they migrated?
Dude, they were insane.
Yeah.
They were insane. That whole situation is super weird to me, honestly, because with that, it's like they don't talk about dust. Like they have a token.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's funny that they're treating like the NFTs like, oh, the market cap of the NFTs is going up. It's like, what about the actual token, dude? Like, what about that? Like, what's going on there? Like, is that a meme coin now? Like, why does nobody talk about it? I don't know, dude. You say a mess, and it's like, it does just honestly feel like he is just firing from the hip,
Yeah.
like at all times.
Yeah. It always felt like that, right? He would redo the art. He would. They tried that raffle thing where they gave away the top prize way too quickly. They gave away like a Tesla.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. That situation to me is just so bizarre. And like, I feel like if he had laid out like a good, and I get it, you have to pivot over time, but like, I feel like he could market something really well, but it's really hard to market when you're like all over the place.
Agreed. It's also tough, man. Like it's such a tough thing to do. Some in the audience just said Blast just added a culture category to gold distribution yesterday. Take a look at the Andy chart. What's funny though is my first reflex was to pull up Andy on ETH, which is close to 100 mil. But I'm looking at the Andy chart, sir. It doesn't. This doesn't give me too much confidence with the all-time high up here of 55. It's good that it's coming back. I'm not trying to dunk on your coin. I don't know though. I don't see this. You face an upwards challenge, in my opinion, with Andy on ETH here, because most holders of Andy I know are holding the ETH one, which is currently at 90 mil. But you're saying he says here, Blast isn't dead. I hope it's not, dude. I hope it's not. But I'm happy I dumped all my Blast because, man, where's it at right now? It's at 1 billion FDV. I dumped I think 2.4 or 2.7.
That's unreal, dude.
Yeah,
that is unreal.
Dust is dust. DJ with the pun here. Let's keep going. I see we'll get to the questions in the audience in just a second. Did you see the sweep on Fluff, dude? So one person came in and swept a ton. He swept them all the way to 1 ETH. And then like 1 or 2 people came in. One guy had a bid in, he got wrecked. 2 people bought for 1 ETH, and now the floor is back to like 0.38. Like this sweep did absolutely nothing to actually help the floor. I guess it's still higher than where it was, but it's funny that like one whale coming in and sweeping just doesn't do anything. If you were listed, GG to you. You got lucky here.
Yeah, why? Like, why did that guy do that? That's so stupid.
Maybe he heard insider info and he thought like, yeah, weren't they supposed to sell like 15 times? In Doodles news, they're going to be doing a tracksuit with Adidas. You going to go sweep some Doodles?
I like what they're doing. They have had like a couple cool like collabs and stuff, but
I still have I should have worn it. I have my Adidas Bored Ape. What are those 3 collections? The like bright orange one or whatever.
Yeah,
not orange, a yellow one. I still have that, and I never wear it just because it's not my style. But it's a nice tracksuit, I guess. But yeah, I assume they're gonna charge like $200-300 for this thing. Tracksuit, superstar shoes, and digital wearables. That'll be cool. I'm down to see what the shoes look like. But I agree, like, dude, I like what Doodles is doing. It's not gonna help the floor. But I'm excited for this. The Dullsville, like this trailer was awesome. But yeah, I know people want, okay, is it going to be a green tracksuit? I thought it was going to be, I assumed pink. It's supposed to come out today, so we'll see.
Yeah, I will say this. I wouldn't buy a Doodle, but you can't really ignore that they've really stepped it up, and they do have like a lot of really cool partnerships. And like they did the watches, like this Arizona thing is cool. Like the Adidas thing is cool. Like it is actually pretty cool to see. What sucks is that their floor does not get affected by any of these things anymore. Whereas if this was happening, if this was happening last bull run, Doodles would be at 50 ETH right now. They would be so high. You know they would. So I'll just say this. I think that they've had a huge comeback. I'm impressed. I had been really critical about Doodles in the past. I'm not gonna pretend like I wasn't. I was. I don't know what's going on in terms of their community. I don't know if it's close or anything like that. But if you're talking about like a pure IP and trying to integrate what you're doing into other established brands, like this is pretty cool. Like they were doing a good job.
Agreed. Somebody says, I just checked the Twitter link with no hesitation. I mean, it's the official Doodles account, but you're right. I should be safer. But no, I agree. I think, look, at the end of the day, I think, what do you want them to do? Like, what are they supposed to do? It's not their fault that, risk on assets like NFTs ran to 20 ETH and now they're down. Like, you come up with a plan. What would you want them to do? Same thing for like CloneX. I have my complaints about them, but Azuki, all these apes, like, what do you want them to do to get their floor up? There's literally nothing they can do. The market just isn't there right now. The macro isn't there. Like, it's not their fault. So although there was mistakes made, at the end of the day, like, you're kind of powerless. Like, even if I released an NFT in Alpha Pass, like, yeah, it would have pumped in the bull and then dumped right now. And like, what do you want me to do to pump it? Like, there's nothing I can do.
Well, who do you think is the NFT project that's doing everything right, perfect, like the way that they should be doing it? Should be.
I mean, like, I guess we could be a cherry pick here and just look at floor. I guess Pudgies and Milady's, dude, and Milady's. Those are the two. Pudgies is with the IP, Milady's with culture. And then they're both going out and they realize, okay, we got to get money for our community, our people, so they don't sell. And they went out and got all these airdrops. They're trying to do partnerships. They're trying to grow the brand. They're putting out all this media. So I would say those two are doing good.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause it's like, if you're holding an NFT of any collection that's outside of, like, let's just call it Pudgy, Milady, and Doodles, what do you want a project to do? Right.
I guess Azuki too. They have a token coming up.
Yeah, Azuki. I don't really think about NFTs much. I never open Blur anymore. Like, I never have it open, which is kind of bizarre because that was always a thing. It was like, oh, you check the NFT prices, but I don't even.
Now they're always the same.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. There are good swings on some of these during dips. Like Pudgy's went down to 7.3. And they did pump up, but it's like, it's just so clunky to have to pay 7 ETH for something to potentially make 1. I'd rather just ape it into a shitter, put it in a MOG.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. Sold D-Gods at 4 ETH on the way down, lost money, felt bad at the time, feels good now. Yep. Sometimes you got to just cut your losers, and you ended up saving money. Gorilla, I know you like grinding legit games. How come you're not into Pirate Nation? I never really played it. I always kind of saw it. At first, I just thought it was like some Minecraft type of thing. Look, I love what they're doing, and it's awesome. I just feel I missed the boat. I don't own any of their assets. I don't want to go and spend an ETH to get 1 NFT to like boost my, my airdrop or whatever it is. But I mean, I should check it out. I've never actually played. I've seen it, but I've never actually played. I could reach out to the team and chat with them because they're doing some awesome stuff, and I hear amazing things about them. And it's a lot of people's favorite gaming token. But yeah, I feel I missed the boat, and I'd rather start like these new games where I'm starting from zero. Like, dude, for Super Champs, I'm sure they don't have a leaderboard yet. I'm hoping they do have a leaderboard eventually. I'm sure I'm for sure top 100. Like, dude, I almost have 20 mil points. I literally play daily, and complete all the. I've missed 3 days because I had the wedding, I was at the water slides, and then another day I forget where I was. Oh, I had a bachelor party. 3 days out of every single day that I could grind. So I've been playing that one. I'd rather just start from the beginning. I've been playing like off the grid when I can on weekends. I'll play today if Peyton, if you're still in the audience. Yeah, you guys remember Cart Party? What happened to it? I think from my understanding, the team just didn't listen to their advisors. They kind of did their own thing. They tried to do a mint at like the worst time possible, and Cart Party, they're down to 0.2 when they were like at one. Remember when we bought those and we flipped them? That was a good. Thank God we flipped. And yeah, the NFTs are at 0.05. I think they just messed up completely, and yeah, went downhill. I'm glad I got out of this. I didn't even mint. Like, dude, their website didn't even work to let me mint. Like, it was just a shit show.
Yeah, I remember buying that at like 1 ETH and selling for 2.
Yeah, I think it was 0.8 to 1.8 or something. Yeah, we did good on these. It was one of the ones we like traded on the show. Have you guys heard of on-chain Gaias? Yeah, we did. Those are on base, right? I saw they did well. I know Kennick was talking about those a lot, and he did good on them. Recent mint has similar art style to Node Monkeys. Does it? I don't think so. Can I see the actual collection? I'll just look it up. Octo. I could see what you're saying. Yeah, I could see what you're saying. But it feels less pixelated. What else we got here? I'm just gonna go through all the comments. I'm racking my orange Dunkin' Donuts tracksuit. What? I'm rocking my orange Dunkin' Donuts tracksuit. Nice. Oh, this was with the Doodles thing. I've never seen that one. Bro, just really click Twitter links with no hesitation. Dude, I'm playing with fire, bro. Best play to earn is Pirate Nation. Haven't heard you talk about them. I'll look into it, man. I'll look into it. Yo, Gory, talk about Project Gojira. Project Gojira, they just did. It's hard to get up their link, right? Isn't it? Maybe now with the. I'm just going to go from Twitter. They just did a fusion, right? Didn't they just fuse like their Genesis fuse? They took a snapshot. Maybe the fusion didn't happen yet. How do I get their Twitter, man? Gojira. I'm just going to go to Shan's page. PG Group. That's what it's called now. PG Group. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Where are the NFTs? I have no idea how to get to their NFTs. Our collections. Here we go. Let me pull it up on screen for you guys. Did they update the website? Okay, do not buy. It's called. I wish there was a way to just freeze it across all exchanges. So they did a snapshot. Yeah, they're fusing, and it's all going to have to do with PG Group, which is now their new like brand. I think Shan's doing some cool stuff. He's trying to innovate here. Yeah, snapshot was taken. So they fused. They had the fusions. They had the Gen 2 and they had the Gen 1s. And based on what you owned, you can like fuse them together, whatever it is. And they have a new 10K collection. They are going to have a mint for them. I think they're going to get some airdrops. So yeah, they're doing cool stuff. I don't know really what else to say. Look, I've met Shan IRL, awesome guy. He's helped me out in a few situations. So I'm rooting for him. I hope they do well. Why Creeps NFT so underrated? I guess because Portal is down bad. Portal down bad. What's Portal at? Portal. Wait, what's he saying? The NFT project doing it right with price go up. He's talking about Pirate Nation. Amen. Sovereign. I'm not sure what you're saying. It's trash, but I assume you're not talking about Pirate Nation since you were just complimenting it. Let's see. What's the? Yeah, you guys can't even see. The fully diluted value is 260 million. Did this thing launch at like 3.5 bill or 4 bill?
Yeah.
Are you still selling or are you just holding?
I'm not holding this.
So every week you just sell. I guess that's what everybody's doing.
Yeah, it's free. I mean, you got to think that like 3 months ago it was like a free 1,500 every week. I think for me personally, with how much I put in, I think I made like $500 this week. It's like at this point,
yeah, it's free money, whatever.
For the next 6 months.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Best airdrops are always when you have notable advantage NFT holders, but still non-holders have a chance for 3 figures or 4. I think Goat Gaming and Super Champs it's going to be 3. I don't think you're going to, for no NFT, unless you're like a top farmer somehow, I don't think you're going to get 4 figures. I mean, I kind of did a calculation on it in my video. You're going to get a few $100. And then if you hold the NFTs, and you're grinding, playing the games and holding NFTs, I think you're going to get 4 figures. Like, I have 20 NFTs. I'm expecting at minimum 20 grand as an air minimum. And I expect more because I'm top leaderboard. But if I don't, I'm going to be not happy. Thoughts on fractionals, Bitcoin? I didn't look into them. I know Callie, he's a YouTuber. He's he did a lot of videos on that, but I haven't looked into it at all, dude. I'm just out of it. Everplay, Call of the Void, mobile hook for a couple weeks. TGE was supposed to be on the 8th, but they postponed. I haven't even heard of this one. Call of the Void. No, I haven't heard of it. I don't even know if this is the right page. So I'm going to be 100 people follow it. I assume it is, but no, I haven't heard of it. Somebody, I did want to go back actually, because somebody asked about captains. Look, I sold my captains, thankfully, closer to 3 ETH. I kind of just got tired of what pissed me off with these was that they did, they did YOLO, the casino. I got to fix that light behind me. They did YOLO, the Blast casino, and they did Borpa. And both of those were raffles. And I was just like, dude, I'm staking my meme, which is going down in value because the market's crashing. And all I'm getting and I'm losing raffles. Like, and then some people were DMing me like they have 1 ETH basically of meme staked, and they made 1 ETH of YOLO. And dude, I had like 10 grand staked, and I lost 2 raffles. I was pissed, man. I was pissed. So I like rage sold. And the captains had no point. Now they introduced some utility for the captains. I guess if you stake your captains, it kind of counts as meme towards, but I don't know, dude. Meme, I'm happy I sold because it's just been, as the whole market has been going down, I still have my pre-sale, so I'm still getting meme every week. I'm not selling it. I'm just going to hold it until the market pumps back. But yeah, it's just been downhill for them. They're currently sitting at 730 mil FDV. You know, it has been going good. They need to do something. They need to do something different. They need to, I don't know, launch like they were supposed to have all these Web 2 partnerships. Like they need to launch a Web 2 token or something. And captains are going to be tied to the price of the meme coin. So as long as meme is going down, captains are going to go down. And that's the unfortunate part of it. As long as the token's going down, because right now the only value people attach to captains is the your dog's cute, is the unlockable meme. How do I get you up here? Damn, I don't know how to switch it.
It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only value I think people see right now, because there's nothing. I know they have products and stuff. Like, I don't know. I feel a lot of stuff lag. Like they were supposed to have art change, and where are the traits? Where are the trait boxes? And I know it's not going to do anything for the floor, so who cares? But where are the traits? Like, I don't know. There was so much that was supposed to happen, and it's not easy running a company. And like, look, I'm friends with Char, and I've met Ray IRL, and like, I want them to do good. I want them to succeed. But I just got tired of holding this asset that was basically a stable coin. I just took the money, put it in a meme coin, and it went, way higher. So I'm not opposed to holding captains. Like I do think if you're going to hold an NFT, I do think it's a double-edged sword. I like trust the brand, I trust the team, but at the same time, they're at the whims of their token. So why buy the NFT even? Just buy the token. But yeah, I'm not holding anymore. I unstaked. I sold all my potatoes. I sold my captains. I sold my meme. And yeah, unless there's some bullish news that comes or whatever, I don't really see a point. And to be fair, I sold like all my NFTs, right? I hold like 3 NFTs. Or no, okay, I hold like Goat Gaming, Super Champs, Infinity Gods, the ones for an airdrop, but I kind of don't count these in the same category as like Captain Suzuki, Mutant 8 Yacht Club, the PFPs versus the other ones. Just downloaded this 2 Super Champ game. They're awesome, dude. They're awesome. Racket Rampage is fun. It's kind of like Mario Tennis, but I preferred that one at first. Now I love Bullet League a lot more. I bought even a Backbone just to be able, it's like a controller for your phone, just to be able to play it better. And I won a tournament against all the gamers in Wolves DAO. Yeah, Memeland struggling after Stakeland release and no communications. Yeah, I mean, it's the nature of the market. I don't know what they're supposed to do. I think that's it, though. That's we answered all the questions and we went through the entire doc here. I have another live stream in 20 with Hustle. So we'll end this one here. Tune into Hustlepedia's channel. I'll be talking to him. Just there's nothing. We didn't prepare anything, or I'm sure he prepared. I didn't prepare anything. We're just going to be chit chatting about the market. So tune into that. Round trip my bag from sorry, buddy. 5K to 20K back to 5K. That's a shame, but it happens. At least you didn't lose money though. That's the positive side of it. Enjoy the show. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Appreciate Ash being here. I know you're with your dog and everything. Thanks for continuing to be here, dude, and being in good spirits. We're here every Friday, 10:30 to 11:30, everybody. So, and we drop a bunch of content on our Twitters, on our YouTube. Be sure to follow, hit the like button, helps the video go viral. And we're just going to end it. How do I time this with because we got the video now. I'm just going to click the video, then I'm going to do the end stream, and it might show us again. Let's just try it.